Hey guys, how's it going? Ricky Widmer here, along with Johnny Karlic.
Winter's coming.
And we are here to give our Episode 2, Season 7 reactions for Game of Thrones. If you are new, welcome in. If you're coming back, welcome back to another reaction. And you noticed we're back home.
Home.
We're not in my home. We're home here.
Yes.
With everything set up from our axes to our claymores to our pelts to our nice little cozy chairs here, and we have the right camera. The computer's working. It is a beautiful thing, and we are able to react to Episode 2. And Johnny, I want to get right into it because this episode had two things in my mind.
Yes.
Two things. First off, we had our first sex scene of Game of Thrones Season 7, so give it up for that. We had our first sex scene, but also the ending of this episode ended with a bang.
Yes.
An absolute bang. That's where I want to start, from the ending, and we'll go back to the beginning. Euron Greyjoy surprise attacking his niece and nephew, along with the Dorne people.
The Dornish,
The Dornish, going back to get their Dorne army for Daenerys. And who did he take with him? Which prize did he take?
The one who killed Cersei's daughter.
The Dornish queen.
Yes.
That's who he took.
Yeah?
That's who he took. He took Mother, or Mama, as all of her...
they were making fun of each other for
her little children, I would say. That's what I'm going to call them, I guess. Her daughters would go ahead and call her. But what a way to end Episode 2. I keep wanting to call it Season 2.
Nope, episode.
What a way to end it, because the thing that got me is, why did Theon jump off the edge? Why did he jump off the edge?
That's what I want to know. Like, he was being pushed as a coward. He's being called a coward.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't understand. I still don't get it why he jumped off the edge of the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Like, instead of going for it after to protect his sister.
No, and my only thing, and this is what I'm hoping from that, is that he was looking like if I take a step, he'll kill her.
Yeah.
And then if he kills her, even if I kill him, she's dead.
Yeah.
So my best bet is to jump off. He will not kill her. I'm calling your bluff there, and I will find a way to rescue you.
Yeah.
Even if it makes me look like a coward.
Exactly. That's actually a good point.
But that's me giving Theon the benefit of the doubt.
That's true.
Like, I am hoping for the best there. It could just be he was a coward and just jumped off the edge.
I'm hoping that's what it goes with, too. Maybe he goes and finds Jon and says, hey, or even Daenerys and says,
true,
we got ambushed.
Ooh. What if he goes back to either... Because I don't know where they'd be closer to. If he'd be closer to Daenerys or Jon. He can go back to either of them. Well, it would really be Sansa that he would go back to. Because that's who he has the relationship with.
But I would think that he would actually
go back to Daenerys.
Daenerys, it's closer because they were headed south. So he's not going to go back to Jon.
Yeah, because really it's... How else is Okay, that makes sense, because how else is Daenerys going to know?
Exactly.
He's going to be the plot device to tell Daenerys what happened.
Yeah.
And really, this shakes up everything
their whole plan?
Daenerys, because their plan originally was, you go get the Tyrell and the Dorne army, or the Dornish army, and you guys are here. You guys don't need the Unsullied, because the Unsullied are going to do something else, and they're going to take over Casterly Rock. And then we're basically going to cut the reinforcements through so that we can take the Iron Throne with limited casualties.
Well, that and the plan to take the Iron Throne with Westerosi armies, so that it's not like, oh, our new queen is taking foreign armies and having them attack. No, we're going to have a Westerosi army fight for the Iron Throne.
Yeah, so it's basically you are using our own armies to take over King's Landing. I keep wanting to call it Queen's Landing now, that we got a queen on the throne. But it also shakes up everything, because now what does Daenerys do? And there's one thought I threw out to you right after we finished watching the episode. Jon is headed down there.
Yep.
Jon is going to come from the north. He's going to Daenerys, and they are going to meet. The two things that I think of is, she going to try to get Jon to send some troops to make up for what she loses with the Dorne, or is she going to say, you know what, that's a separate issue. or Jon says no, and she basically has to say, well, the Unsullied now cannot go after Castle Rock. They have to come back.
Yeah. That's going to be a tough choice because she just lost 2 of her forces out of the 3 that she had planned to go after
The
King's
naval
Landing.
fleet. I didn't even think about that.
She lost her naval fleet, but she also lost the Dornish army. So now you just got the army of the Tyrells to go up against King's Landing. And her, I mean, do you still I don't know if you want to go up and take King's Landing right now. It's Tyrion's advisory is with a non-Westerosi army, because that just seems like, hey, I brought all these non-Westerosis in to take it over, which maybe she will follow Queen. I can't remember.
I was going to say she was going to follow Lady Tyrell.
Lady Tyrell's advice and be the dragon.
That's what I was going to bring up. That is the third mystery choice of, will she be the dragon? Will she basically use her dragons? Because we also had that foreshadowing throughout this episode where Cersei and her maester bring her down, and it's where he revealed the huge crossbow for her, and basically he had the foreshadowing of, this is the dragon that that the Targaryens used to take King's Landing the first time, that killed so many people.
To take over the 7 kingdoms. And then they showed what that it could kill the dragon, that's for sure. It just
went right through. Here's my thing, though.
Yeah.
I know that he put that perfectly, where all she had to do is pull the lever, and it went right through the eye of the dragon skull.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. The high accuracy that you're going to need to put it through the eye, I think it's just, let's hit the dragon. Let's hit it in the first place.
That's the exact point. Here's the thing. When it comes to that, for one, you have trained armies doing it. So you don't have to worry.
Aiming it is still not super easy.
Oh, I agree.
I know it's a TV show.
Hear me out before you come back at me.
Okay.
You're gonna have skilled armies doing this stuff, archers, whatever. But it's not just that. It didn't go into the eye socket of the dragon. It went through the skull, through the eye socket. Because remember, it's not like our skull. It's like, imagine a dog. It goes through the bone, then through the eye socket, then through the bone of the brain. That's a lot to go through, especially dragon skull that
so
thick.
even if you hit it right here, it is going to go through
the neck, through the chest, through the wings. You're taking that thing down.
Yeah, that's all you got to do.
You got a bolt that's probably from there to the end of the room. You're going to go through that dragon.
All you have to do is hit it at that point.
You just have to hit it.
And that's the big thing moving forward. Okay, if she uses her dragons, how is that going to play out now that Cersei has these crossbows?
Exactly.
For them to use. And really from this episode, we've got really, I almost wanted to say we almost got nowhere further in the fight between them.
Yeah.
However, thinking about it now, only because of what Euron did, because of the Euron wild card.
Yeah.
I think we were looking at the end of episode 1. We saw Daenerys and it was like, okay, let's get to work. We're thinking, holy shit, like the ball's in Daenerys' court.
Exactly.
She's ahead of Cersei. And now after episode 2, we're sitting here going, hey, whoa. Wait a second. Cersei's the one that is ahead in this war, or in this fight right now. Because you don't have the Dornish army. You don't have your Greyjoy fleet.
Nope.
And you now have the crossbow to take out
the dragons.
And on that side, I can't wait to see how the tables flip. Because the tables are going to flip
back and
forth until we get to an actual war, in an actual fight.
It's going to be a revolving door.
It's going to be interesting to see how Jon Snow, though, plays into this hand. Because really, if you were Jon, because Jon is now heading there, what do you think is going to happen with him and Daenerys? Because he's only thinking about himself and how do we defeat the White Walkers, which is the greater threat at this point to him.
Yeah, no, he's not concerned with their honestly petty war over the Iron Throne. He's worried about the people, everyone. Because if he, like, as he said, if they get past the wall, do they have enough people? No, they do not. They have, their first defense is the Crows or the Night's Watch. That's not a lot of men at all. And I mean, you got one entrance in and out. That the best they can do is block it off, but you don't have a whole lot to go off of after that.
Was it the Priestess of Light that brought up using the dragons against them?
Yes.
Was it her that brought that up early? No,
it was Yora.
it was Jorah using the dragons
It's a
against
silent
the
J.
against the White Walkers.
He's like, yeah, he brought it to John. You just said flame hurts the White Walkers.
Yeah.
What breathes fire? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, Jorah's a pretty smart guy.
Are you thinking Jorah or are you thinking Davos?
Davos, my bad.
I'm after you said
I know.
After you said he told John, I was like, no, that's Davos.
Yeah, no, Davos. I had the right picture. I did not have the right name.
We will talk about Jorah too.
Yeah, we will talk.
We
about
talk
him.
about Jorah
Ooh,
too.
That
well.
was a scene.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not gonna eat any shepherd's pie from now on. That's
No.
for sure.
But yeah,
But like Davos was the one
is
that
a
brought
smart
it up.
guy.
And he was like, well, why don't we try to get a dragon from her? Use a dragon to wipe them all out.
Or her forces.
Yeah.
Because obviously, and John finally got what we expected last week. He got something from Samwell on
I knew
the dragon
that.
glass.
I knew that was going to be like.
Oh yeah, definitely.
As soon as Daenerys was like, our Tyrion was the one that wrote to him.
Yeah.
As soon as she wrote to Jon Snow, I was like, you know what? You know he's going to get one first and then the other.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was basically, no, I'm not going down there. Then he gets Sam's note and he goes, well, I guess I'm going down
I guess
there.
I have to go down there.
And we also got a badass moment with Jon Snow.
Check it
where
out.
basically he gave the old F you to Littlefinger.
Yeah.
Which I absolutely loved.
It was great.
It kind of reminded me, because I've had this conversation with my dad numerous times, being the older brother. Whenever like my parents would go out of town, my dad would like have the talk with you to make sure you're going to watch over things. And I had a little sister. And I remember being in that situation a couple times where pinned you up against the wall. If anything happens to your little sister, when I get home, you're fucking dead. I've heard that many a times. And that's basically what Jon Snow said. You tell you feed any information, any little inklings, anything to Sansa.
You even talk to her, is what he said.
I was thinking like old mafia at that point. You go ahead, you talk to her like that, double tap back of the head when I get back. Double tap back of the head.
I just loved John's way of going on. He was not falling for any of Littlefinger's shit.
And I loved it.
He came down here.
I loved it.
He came down there all sincere. Oh, I miss your parents too.
John looked at him like, I know you're bullshit.
He looked. Yeah,
I can smell bullshit from a mile away.
He just turned and looked at him like, "You're full of crap. I can't stand you." It was great. I love the way he looked at him.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. We also got something between. We got two great scenes with Arya too.
Yeah.
Or Era. Is that what?
Airy?
Is it Airy?
Airy.
It's like Airy. It's Airy. But that bugged me.
It bugged him.
It's Arya. But we got the scene where
What's up, Airy?
It's the scene that she finds out that Jon and Sansa are taken back over Winterfell.
Yep.
So she heads back there, and she finds her direwolf.
Yes.
I knew right when the wolves were coming around. I'm like, I was like, that's a direwolf. I said to you, like,
big one. Yeah.
I said to you, like, that's a direwolf. That's a direwolf. And then she's like, she says the name of her and I'm like, no way. That's her direwolf, because that's all the way from like season 1.
That was season 1 because
that's before Ned dies.
Because she was trying to what was it? Her and Joffrey were sparring.
By the river or by the little.
She lost. Joffrey was a poor sport. Her wolf attacked him, and they said one of the wolves has to die. Well, Arya set hers free, so Sansa's wolf was killed.
Yeah. After you said that, I'm like, I remember that.
Yeah.
Because, Arya won. He was a poor sport. The direwolf bit him in the arm.
Because he was going to go after her behind his back.
And he freaked.
Because he's a bitch.
Yeah, because he was a little bitch. That's why he deserved to die like he did. I'm glad
he
that
got all
he died.
choked up at his wedding.
I'm glad that, greatest way to get choked up, too, if you know what I mean. I hated Joffrey. However, we all hated Joffrey, though. However, anything I'm missing, I'm trying to think of all the key points. Arya finds her wolf. Jon Snow heading to Daenerys, everything that happened with Daenerys and Cersei. Oh, Jaime trying to get Sam's dad, the Tullys, trying to get his dad to be his general.
Yep.
So that he can lead. Like, a lot of stuff going on each side with this war.
We got one very important one we haven't talked about yet.
Okay. Is it the very beginning with the Red Priestess?
Nope. Samuel and Tora.
Yes.
Samuel and Jorah.
Basically, you know what? You're going to have to bite on this leather because if they hear you scream, we're both dead.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, drink this full bag of harsh liquor because this is going to hurt a lot.
And then he takes it and drinks some
He's
first.
trying to cure the grayscale.
And what a way, like, skinning off the grayscale.
That was disturbing.
And then applying ointment to it. It looked like he was actually going to, like, put a shot in there, too.
Yeah.
Because it looked like he was actually going to stab into the part that he had scraped away.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I hate when it comes to Samwell's storyline?
Huh.
The Grand Maester.
Oh, yeah.
I can't stand that asshole. Tully will say something, Sam will say something, and he'll be like, well, are you a Grand Maester? It's like, shut the fuck up, man. God, I can't stand him.
He's been in his profession for forever, and he thinks he knows better.
I get that part. He's a stubborn old fool. But part of me is like, come on, man. Really? Really? That's how you're going to get?
Let's put it this way.
Maybe because I'm young, that's how I
think
see
of
it.
anyone in their profession that's been in there forever.
They think they know everything.
Exactly.
I get why. I hate him, Johnny. I hate the character because he's a stubborn old fool.
I don't argue.
I love the part where he says to Joran, though, I'll give you one day, do as you wish. And Joran basically looks at his sword like, do I end it? Do I just end it or do I go? Do I just end my life or do I go? That's basically it.
I think it's hilarious how he goes, have you done this before? Mm-hmm. No.
No. But if they hear you, we're both dead.
Yep.
The final thing I think we have to cover is we've gone from the beginning, and now we're back to the beginning. The Red Priestess at the very beginning.
Yes.
Because she shows up, and really the main thing from her talk with Daenerys is the line that says, like, something about when the prince comes, la-di-da-di-da. And Daenerys is like, well, your prophecy is wrong. It means prince. And then her main translator goes, well, no.
There's no sex to that one. It's actually prince or princess.
So it's prince or princess. And I love Tyrion goes, it really doesn't roll off the tongue. And then I didn't know if he meant prince or princess or just the princess.
Yeah.
I didn't know which way he meant on that one, but he's like, it just doesn't roll off the tongue.
I don't think that the Red
Priestess.
Red Priestess. I don't think she believes Daenerys is the one chosen either.
No,
she just
Jon is.
Yeah, she just believes that she needs to play a role.
Do you think she believes Jon is the one?
I think so. Why else would she have brought him back?
I guess.
Like,
unless the prophecy is unless the prophecy is translated wrong. What if it's not or?
Prince and princess?
What if it's and?
Could be.
Jon and Daenerys. The prince and the princess.
Could be.
What if it's the translation is wrong in the sense of we've already know that the translation's wrong because it doesn't have a sex. What if it is one of those because like when I studied Spanish, there were some words where it's like, oh, you can use this word for a male. You can use it for the female. You can use it for the plural male. You can use it for the plural female. There are languages where you have
I did German where there was a lot of neutral words.
You have the one where it's like, is that plural or singular? Oh, it's both. You can use it in both situations.
Yeah.
What if that word in Valyrian is the same thing? By the way, Valyrian steel here, just in case you're wondering, as the camera has died on us and you guys are now listening to us right now instead of watching it. But just to wrap anything up, is there anything we missed in this?
No, we covered basically every important point. I just like think to say that, you know what, I'm still going with Jon's the one that's chosen, the one that needs to be, the one that they're, I forgot how the prophecy went, but the one that they're, the promised prince, I think is what they consider. The promised
prince instead of
I think it's Jon
princess. Because
he's kind of the child, an important song is, he's the child of fire and ice. He was born as a Stark, ice, and then he
is a
born
Targaryen
again
too.
He's a Targaryen. Also, born by resurrected as the Red Witch
Well,
or the Red Priestess.
And this is where I'm going to turn it on to you guys. Let us know down below. What did you think of episode 2? I almost said season 2 again, guys. I apologize. Episode 2. Let us know if there's anything we missed from the episode that you wanted us to mention. Leave it down below in the comment section. And also,
I was going to point down. It didn't work.
Let us know. I still pointed down. I still pointed down like they could see us. Also, let us know anything we talked about in this. What are your thoughts? What are your reactions from season 2 of Game of Thrones? Johnny and I will be back next week to break down episode 3. Actually, it might be me and Dave next week.
Oh, you're right.
It might be all 3 of us. Stay tuned. We might have, and I pointed at the camera again like it is still on, but it might be me and Johnny, might be me, Johnny and Dave, might be me and Dave. So stick around for episode 3 next week. Also, make sure to check out all the great content we have here at MVP. Want to thank you guys for watching and listening. And as always, have a good day, everybody.